word really quick. I don't know if you guys realize, but we had an amazing March. I'm just so beyond proud of y'all and the amount of momentum and excitement, and y'all are just reaching out and helping so many people on so many levels. And the really awesome part about what we do here, I like to make sure that I drive this home, especially those of you that are new, is that we're not just interested in changing somebody's fitness. We're interested in changing their life, right? And so that's what I see happening on a lot of different levels, and it is just so cool to sit back and watch that. So, or not just to watch that, but to be part of that, because I'm right here with you guys. So good. All right. So this is our consistent slide. Every month you're going to see this. Our word for 2016 is grow. I will just reiterate that we have big goals. We have huge goals. But in order to get to those big goals, we have to grow into those goals. And so that's why our word this year is grow. Because you can't bypass the process for the end result. So the joy is really in the journey, right? It's the same thing as like your fitness journey. Same thing as with your business. So there's going to be steps along the way, and some of them are going to be easy and some of them are going to be difficult, but it's all about the growth that it takes to get there. And your business is only going to grow as much as you do. And you'll be able to make a much bigger impact if you are growing yourself and growing your tribe. So hopefully some of that is starting to really take root in your heart, so that you know that that's exactly what we're all about. Our April calendar I've already posted for you to see. It's on the Team Fit Revival page. I like to suggest that you save this as an image on your phone. That way, you're like, okay, so what did she say? What are we doing this week? What are the challenge pack promotions for this month? You can look it up very quickly on your phone. So if you don't have that image saved to your phone, that's a good idea to go ahead and do that. Our Hammer and Chisel challenge packs are $160 this month. That's a program that just launched in December, and it's really has been an amazing program for a lot of people. So I think it's great that they've brought this back on promotion. All of the club challenge packs, including the Kickstart, are coming with the portion fix, which is a really cool thing because that means they're getting all of the tools that they need to follow that fixed eating plan, along with what they get in their club membership and their Beachbody On Demand when they log in to see everything there. So some really great opportunities for you to help some people and get them plugged into something that's going to make a big impact for them. So I'm going to move on from there because we have some things to celebrate. Devin Hightower is a brand new 3-star diamond coach, and we are so pumped for her and for her team, Home Fit and Happy. They are really just rocking it and doing an amazing job, and it is so fun and exciting to watch that team grow, and that you guys are just so blessed to have her as a leader. So anyways, I just couldn't be happier for you guys. Congratulations on that. You're actually going to be seeing Devin again because she's in 4-star qualification. So we're going to get to celebrate her and her team again really soon. Idita, she is a brand new diamond coach that is on Renee's team, Team Invigorate Fitness. And Idita is pregnant with a baby, and she is managing her business all at the same time and doing such a beautiful job of that. And so we're so proud of her and excited to announce her as a diamond coach. And then finally, I saw this on the team page today, so I grabbed it. Christina, we are so proud of you for being a success starter. If you guys don't know what that means in her first 3 months as a coach, she earned Success Club every single month. That means she helped at least 3 people get started with a challenge pack and start moving towards their goals. And so I know that she actually did more than that. So I believe it said that she had Success Club 10 for the first 2 months and Success Club 5 for the 3rd month. So that's a big, huge accomplishment. And so she's going to get a free ticket to Summit 2017, which is really amazing. That's about a $300 value. So Summit is a game changer. I don't know if you guys know, but it's coming up really soon in July, and we're already making big plans. So if you're not on the wait list for that, I hope that you will get on the wait list. It's an amazing time, and it will be a game changer for your business. And plus, you get to like hang out with all of us, and we think we're a pretty fun bunch. So we hope that you will join us. All right, and so this is the last slide that I always put up and that I like for you to see, but we've made some changes to the way that we do our training on this team. And so first step is that we're gonna plug you into our new coach boot camp. It's a 7-day group. And then from there, your next step is to go into a self-paced business starter training where there's some training modules in there for you to really dig a little bit deeper into some of the information and some of the topics to help you grow your business. And then from there, we have diamond trainings that run quarterly, and once you're a diamond and you've held that for 6 weeks, we invite you to become part of our leader advisory board, where we're basically a big mastermind group where we talk about things going on in the team and make decisions and try to make sure that we have training and the best tools possible available for y'all so that you can be as successful as possible. And it's a big cycle. So from there, you know, beyond the leadership advisory board, the hope is that you will have a team of your own and you'll start to run these new coach boot camps and different trainings with your team. And so that's how we duplicate here, and we hope that you'll plug into each step of that process as you grow your business. Okay, so this is the meat of the call here, where I wanted to really talk to you guys tonight about this secret, the secret to a hugely successful business. And I know you're probably going, what in the world is she talking about? Is there really a secret to being a successful Beachbody coach and having a successful business? We are a 3-time elite team. I don't know if you know what that means. It means that you know, there's over 400,000 teams in Team Beachbody, and there are, I think this year there's close to 200 elite teams. So that's not, or maybe there's a little bit more than 200 this year. There was a little bit less than 200 last year, so it's hard to remember and keep track of that. But we are in the very tippy top of the Team Beachbody organization as far as being on a successful team. And so I have a guest for us tonight, and she's going to pop on later in the call, and she's going to share some things with you as well. But I'm going to go ahead and start here because I know that if you're getting started in this business, or if you've been at it for a while, a number of things can happen along the way. You start to look to the left, and you start to look to the right, and you start to look up, and you start to look down, and before you know it, you don't even really know what it is that you're doing or why you're doing it, or if this is really going to work. And so I want to paint a picture for you tonight so that you know that what you're doing matters, and that you have everything in you right now to be a successful coach. And so with that, the big secret is that there really is no secret. I know that a lot of times you're like, well, I just don't know how that person has 20-some Success Club points or 30-some Success Club points, or how is that person growing their team so quickly, or, you know, and that's when we start to feed our fears. And so the secret to this business and the secret to being successful is the person that you see when you look in the mirror. there is no secret. So I guess that's what I'm sharing with you. But if there is a secret, the secret is you and your belief in yourself. It is not just your belief in Beachbody, not just your belief in Team Fit Revival, not just your belief in whatever workout program it is that you're doing. All of those things are super important, but it is not near as important as you believing in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, then this won't work. And so the beautiful part about that is that you get to work on that here, and you get to work on believing in yourself and having that willingness to get up again and again and again, no matter what happens. I believe that when you do believe in yourself, you have that just relentless belief that what you do matters. Along with belief comes perseverance and a vision for what you're doing, and a passion and a consistency that nothing can touch, that no setback has the power to take that away from you or to wipe out the dream that you have here. And so the big aha tonight is that your belief in yourself is the secret. You are the secret, and you are the one that is in charge of that success for you. And so a few things, belief in yourself, and I've already kind of touched on this, leads to that consistency of doing the 4 vital behaviors relentlessly and passionately, and communicating with other people what your vision is. Because when you do that passionately and you are on fire for something, people want to be a part of that. And so believing in yourself also leads you to opening up yourself to being coachable, to being, taught by the people that have gone before you in this business and who have failed forward and that are here to help you, so that you can, make your own tracks, but also not trying to recreate the wheel with certain things that we know work. Believing in yourself leads to you believing in other people. And we know that as a coach, that's our job, right? Is to believe in other people, but that has to start with you, and it has to start with yourself. And then of course, it just means that you are going to show up even when life gets freaking hard, because we all know that there are things that happen in life that are hard and that traumatic and devastating. And I don't want to belittle any of those things, because I've had my fair share of those moments where I, rather just shut the door and throw the covers over my head, and maybe nobody would blame me for not coming out. But you got to show up no matter what, even when life gets hard. And that belief in yourself is what will ensure that you do show up when things get really hard. And then disbelief, I always like to go to the opposite here. So disbelief in yourself leads to being wishy-washy and blaming your circumstance and getting frustrated, because when you stop and start and stop and start, you start to get frustrated, because when you start back again, it takes a little bit extra to get going. And so that constant stop and start, it just gets tiring. Disbelief in yourself leads to a lack of effort and a lack of results. It often leads to quitting, and it leads to comparison. And comparison is just, you guys have heard that. It's the thief of your joy. And all of this should bring you joy, because we're getting to help people out of their circumstances. And so we don't want to be looking around to the left and to the right. And I want to encourage you to look in the mirror and do you, and do it with your spin on it. So I know I'm telling you not to recreate the wheel with certain systems and processes, but your business is going to look unique from anybody else's business, because your story is unique and different, and you have something to share that nobody else does. And so The secret, and yeah, I pulled up Oklahoma State. This is their football team. I just have this picture of running a football play in my mind when I think about this, but the secret here is to believe in yourself and to run the plays that have already been called. So I hope that that makes sense to you. The plays that have already been called they were the 3 vital behaviors. Now there's a 4th one. So I'm going to reiterate those to you guys, but it's to be the example, which is just being a product of the product and making sure that you are working out and drinking your Shakeology every single day. Intentional, inviting, and sharing. People are not just going until you have attraction marketing like set up, and that takes some time to do. You have to be very intentional about reaching out to people and starting conversations and building relationships, and not just with the same 10 people over and over and over again. You have to go beyond that and be very intentional about what you're doing when starting conversations, and then learning how to be the best you. So if you struggle with a lack of belief in yourself, that's where personal development really comes into play here. It is essential. It is a vital behavior. And then recognize others. I saw some conversations about this earlier today on a different page, and I liked what they were saying, because this is all about staying positive. When you focus on positive, you get more positive. When you focus on negative, you get more negative. So if you're recognizing others, whether it be the people that you're building relationships with, whether it's people, if you're just a challenger in a challenge group, it's supporting those other people in the challenge group and being a good challenger and showing up every single day, and recognizing what other people are doing well. And then as your business grows, you start to grow a team, and you have more people in your challenge groups, and you get the opportunity to recognize on a different level. So that's the playbook. So I want to encourage you to stop thinking about the how. The how is already lined up for you in these vital behaviors, in the training that we offer here on this team. All of that is very cut and dry. You don't have to worry about that. You're not going to know who joined you this month. You have to continue to do the inviting and the conversations and the building relationships, and those things will take care of themselves. So stop concerning yourself with how, and be intent on your why, and believe that you can do it, because you can do it. And so with that, I want to talk to you guys about something that's been on my heart for a while now. And so I promise I will not cry. But so this person that you see in the middle, good gravy. She is somebody that has believed in me from the very beginning. And so I hope that you know that what you have here is a legacy of success. So if you can't believe in yourself, you have hundreds and hundreds and thousands of other people who are here to fill that gap for you, who believe in you. And so Stephanie is my coach, and she's in the middle here. She's very successful at what she does as a coach. And so when I started, she saw something in me that I probably did not see in myself. And so what she did wasn't some big elaborate training. It wasn't necessarily what you might think. She was a good friend to me in a difficult time. She led by example, and she showed me what was possible because she was doing it, and she did it. And so I knew that if she could do it, that I could do it. And so that's what gave me the belief in myself, that I knew that I could do this. If she can do it, then I can do it. And the other people you see in that picture, Leslie is on the right, or depending on how you look at it, possibly on the left. Mandy is on the other side there. These two ladies have paved the way for you too. because they are showing you that it is possible for you. And so I hope that you see that there is a legacy of success here, and that all of these women in this picture, not just me, have done the same things that we're teaching you guys to do. The only difference is that we've been here longer, and that we believe beyond a shadow of a doubt that we were going to make this happen, and we were going to do this. And so with that, I'm just going to turn it over to Stephanie. So Stephanie, I've got to figure out how to unmute for a second, or maybe you can unmute yourself. Stephanie is our secret guest.
I'm crying. Thanks.
I'm so sorry.
Cry. Okay, sorry. Okay, so Amber, tell me a little bit. So that is so fun, to see all of you on the call, because, Amber was my neighbor. Her dog, my dog ran away, and she got my dog. And I remember she called me and said, hey, I have your dog, and also I want to talk to you about that Shakeology stuff, because I was posting about it. So that was kind of funny. And so I went over there and just began a relationship with her. I remember the very first time I met Amber, though, because she was pregnant with Brayden. They were neighbors, and she said, I said, oh, so are you going to stay home with Brayden? She's like, no. She's like, I have my master's, like I'm going to be a principal. And I was like, oh, okay. And I remember walking right away and telling my husband, going, yeah, just wait till she has that baby. We'll see how badly she wants to go back to work and leave that baby, at home. So I don't even think you ever went to work. Did you? Did you even go back to work when he was born?
Well, not when he was born. No, I was
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she didn't even go back to work when he was born. Because she was like, how can she leave this baby? So, we knew each other fairly well, but not, super well. And so anyway, so I went over there, sold her, I said, why don't you just sign up as a discount coach, because you're buying Shakeology and you're buying, you're buying Chalene Extreme. And at the time we didn't have challenge packs. So it just really made sense financially for her to sign up as a coach. So she said, okay. And, their financial situation had changed. And so I just wanted her to help her. She's just, her, she's just like the easiest friend. She's just so sweet. And I wanted to help her because she was and I remember she was still at home at the time, and we went to Summit. I talked her into going to Summit. And so I said, go to Summit with us. And she's like, okay. And she had no clue. And when we got to Summit, she's like, I just got offered a job. And I was sad because I was like, oh no, she's not going to work her Beachbody business, and she's going to have to leave those babies. But then, I just kept up with her and just kept loving on her. And I knew that she didn't want to leave those babies and go back to work. And one day she just decided this is it. I'm not going to leave my babies crying anymore. And I'm going to work this business, and you just have to tell me what to do, and I'm going to do it. And she did. She didn't say, well, but I have, my husband's gone, and I have 2 little kids, and it's really hard, and I'm tired, and whatever. She said, okay, I'll do it. Tell me what to do. And she was so consistent, and she had her list, and she set her goals, and every week she would make those contacts. And Amber's very shy. So any of you that are on this call that say I don't talk to people, I'm shy, like whatever, you have no excuse, because your leader is like the quietest person, one of the quietest people I know, and she has made it happen. So none of you have an excuse. You don't have an excuse for, oh, I'm so busy. Oh, I have this. Oh, whatever it is. You really don't have an excuse, because Amber has paved the way for you. And she just did what I told her to do. And she was coachable, and she listened. And even the point when she said, Stephanie, I want to get certified. I want to get certified in being a 1-star diamond coach. I want to get certified in being a turbo kick instructor. And I said, no, you can't. And she's like, what? I was like, you can't be a turbo kick instructor. And she's like, why? I want to do this. It's going to be so fun. I said, okay, You become a turbo kick instructor once you get to 1-star diamond. But right now you can't become one because you leave your kids, you know, and then you would have to leave them more to get certified. And then if you taught a class, it would take 3 hours away more from your kids. And we're not doing that. Those 3 hours spent can be better used online helping people when your kids are asleep and you can be with your kids. So she was kind of annoyed with me because she really wanted to be turbo kick certified. And so she's like, okay, I won't. And she listened. She was coachable. And after that year, she didn't have to go back to work. She didn't have to go back. And she wasn't making like crazy money at that time, you know, after a year, but she was making enough that it made sense for her to stay home. And she just kept being coachable and she kept listening. What should I do? What should I do? And she just kept listening. She just kept plugging away. She was like, I don't even know. She was so scared about getting to Emerald. She only knew, she's like, got to Emerald by signing up her mom and her husband. She's like, I don't even know how I'm going to get past there. We had a home party at her house and her best friend and one other friend came and that was it. But she kept plugging along, right? I mean, anything I told her to do, she did it. And she was coachable and she kept pressing through, even though it was really, really hard. And there were times that, you know, there were just really hard times. And she kept pressing through. And I remember she was even an encouragement to me. And because we were moving to Colorado at the time. And I remember being like, I don't want to do this. Like, my husband's gone. He's already in Colorado. I have 2 little kids. They're both in 2 sports each. You're trying to sell a house. Like, this is just too much. You know, I'm moving to a new state. It's just too much. I don't want to do my business. And my mentor said, Stephanie, you have to do this. You have to do your consistent behaviors. And so one day he called me on the carpet and said, I didn't do my 20 fines and 10 fines and 20 fines and what was it? 20 fines and 10 shares or something back there. Then I did. And I did like 14 and 7 or something like that. And he goes, okay, we're getting off the phone. You go do that right now. And then call me when you finish. And I was like almost in tears, right? Because I was like, he doesn't know how stressed out I am and all this stuff. And really what happened was I remembered Amber. And I remembered if I give up right now and I make excuses for my life, then that allows Amber to make excuses for her life. And so that was a time in my business that I was like, I'm not going to make an excuse. Because if I make an excuse, that Amber will not be able to stay home with her babies. And so it was a driving force for me, for my why, to make things happen. And, you know, even though it was hard and it was a struggle and I didn't want to do it, you know, I figured out a way. You know, I watched less TV. I didn't go to lunch with my friends as much. You know, I figured out where the time was being wasted in my day. And it really wasn't that hard. What I needed was what my mentor was asking me to do. The fines and shares, there weren't that many, right? And I could get it done. I just wasn't being a good use of my time and I was trying to make excuses. So that is kind of where we have been and where you are. And, you know, it's, you know, like I said, you don't have an excuse. You really have the tools. You know, Amber's amazing at systems and trainings and helping you achieve your goals. And Amber's amazing at, you know, praying for your team and praying for you and being there for you and being a friend and wanting what's best for you. And so, you know, that is something that we want to pass on to you as well, is that, you know, that one of the things that Amber said, she said, one of the cool things about sorry, my nose is running because I'm crying. One of the things that she said was, I knew it would work because you introduced me to people that it was working for, right? And that was a huge thing because I would introduce her to my friends in Beachbody that were making $100,000, $200,000, $1 million, whatever it was. And she was like, oh, wait, these are real people, right? And that's the thing, I talked about that in Super Saturday this weekend, is that no one can, you can have a belief in this business because you know people that have been successful financially, right? Because you have 2 people on this phone that have been hugely successful financially. You know us, you can touch us and feel us. They're not someone on stage, you actually know us, okay? The other thing is, you know people on our team that have had success physically, right? So you have a belief in the products because you've seen all the people on our team that have had success physically. And the other thing is you can have belief because of your own story. No one can take away your story. And you're like, well, I haven't lost 100 pounds or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's your story. No one can take away your story. No one can take away what Shakeology's done for you or working out has done for you. And so that's where your belief is. And so anyway, was there anything else you wanted me to say? I feel like I've just like robbed the.
No, that's all good. Preach. It's good.
So anyway, that's just something that I hope that, that y'all can see is that we were normal people, neighbors. We weren't like, I was a stay-at-home mom. Amber was, a teacher and a mom, and we just like figured it out. And, we want you to be successful too. It's way more fun to watch your team be successful than to have your own success. And I know that sounds weird, but it really is really cool. And that's why I get super emotional when I talk about Amber, is because I've watched in the hard times, and I've, encouraged her through the hard times, and it hasn't been easy, but she's pushed through. She hasn't given up. And thank goodness she hasn't, because she has reaped so many amazing rewards for not giving up. So she's been consistent. That's a huge thing. And if you aren't consistent, it doesn't work. She's consistent. She's going to get it done. And it's so fun too to watch her. She's gotten out of her comfort zone. The first couple of times she would do a call like this, it was painful. She hated it, and it was painful, and I'd make her do it. Like that. And she would do it kicking and screaming because she hated doing calls like this. It was very uncomfortable for her. But just hearing her talk tonight with such passion, and it's just a different person. And I'm just so excited to see, who you are going to become, and because who you already are. And we've already created that for you. And I'm excited to watch. And I know a lot of you already, and it's fun to watch your success.
Good. Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate you coming on and offering up a part of your night, because I know you have your own calls and things like that. But there is a special connection there. And like she said, one of the things that she did for me is that she introduced me to other people, and she surrounded me with success. And so I can give you all of the tools and the systems like she mentioned, but if there's one thing that I can do to instill some belief in you tonight, it's to surround you with success, so that you know, and that you see, and you hear, and you feel that it is possible for you. Because I don't want you giving up on your dream, and I do want you to believe that it is possible for you and for your family. And so I hope if you take away anything tonight, that you know that the secret sauce to this business is truly you and your belief. And so action cures a lot of things. It cures disbelief. So if you're wondering how to get out of a funk, I encourage you to take action. When you take a next step, you allow somebody else to take their next step. So sometimes you got to move over, or you got to move so somebody else can move. But you have to take that first step. Stephanie had to take that first step before I could take a step. And then I had to take a step before you could take a step. So what step do you need to take so that somebody else can take theirs? So I would encourage you to take action on whatever that is that you have in your heart that you know that you need to do in regards to moving your business forward. And then, of course, we have call to action. I think when you focus on gratitude, a lot of things change. So if you focus on gratitude and the great things that you are getting out of this business and what you're doing here, that changes things immediately. So if you will start with that every day and focus on that, I think that belief in yourself will start to take root. And I want you also, though, to get honest with yourself. Are you doing those four, but I'm so used to saying three. Are you used to doing those? Are you doing those four vital behaviors relentlessly, every day, consistently, with passion and excitement and enthusiasm. It's okay if you're not. I have to gut check myself all the time, every day. And sometimes I come up short, and I have to get honest with myself about what needs to change next. And so I encourage you to do the same thing. Now, I want you to connect with your sponsor, because I do believe that if you stay connected with this team and with your sponsor, you will be more successful than if you try to go out there and just do everything on your own. Not to say that you can't do it, but there is a legacy of success here, and I would encourage you to plug in and connect. So connect with him or her in the next 24 hours and talk about what went well in the first quarter and what needs to change in the second quarter based on that gut check that you had with yourself. And then just run the plays that have already been called. You don't have to make new plays. They've already been called. They're already set there for you. All you have to do is run them. And then I have a quote. They shared this at our Super Sunday, and I thought it was great. You have everything you need right now, everything you need to deal with whatever the world can throw at you. I believe that you have everything in you right now, today, tonight, whatever. Whether you're a brand spanking new coach, you just signed up today, or whether you've been on this team for several years. You have everything you need right now to do whatever it is that you want to do. And so I hope that you know that and take that away from this call. And so with that, I'm going to close out. I'm going to stop my share. We did go a little bit over. So there you all are. I love it when I get to come back to see your faces. So I'll open this up about 5 more minutes. If you guys have any questions, then you can ask them now. I know this was more of a mindset call than it is a giving you systems and tips and concrete things call, but this was a heart call. And so I hope that you felt that. But I'll go ahead and be quiet in case you guys have questions. Awkward silence. All right, so no questions. That is okay. It is late. But you guys go. Bailey says for Carrie to say something.
You're so funny, Bailey. Actually don't have any questions today, shockingly enough.
You always have something to say, Carrie.
I was trying to be nice.
Well, no worries, but you guys are amazing, and I love you, and I hope that you will take something away from this call that makes an impact on your business and just life in general going forward. So good night. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
All right.